Okay, let's go! Heroes time, everybody! Time for Infernal Shrines in the grand final, and we got Crowd Control up against 30k. We got X-Ray on Ana in our first game of the best of 5 series here at the Icebreaker tournament. Dainu on Gazlo, Dequaza on Diva, and Rutzo is playing Hanzo with Lauba on Jojo. A lot of good wave clear here on the frontline tank in particular. On over to the right side of the map, we got 30k with Sammy on Tychus. You gotta love that Tychus is back. BBJ, I hate him because he's the reason that some people think that Brightwing is good. He's killing it on the hero, by the way. Gotta admit that right from the get-go. Hazops, Chromie, Masquerade Imperius, and Vespertine is playing Urel. Okay, awesome. So, let's get this party started. We got on level 1. Ooh, no range increase. Going into the dash instead. Look at that. Plus deep breathing on level 1 for the Chrome stuff. And off we go. But also the Laws of Hope for Lauba. A little bit of action straight up in the middle of the map here. And it's time to party and party hard. The Gazlo setup. It feels to me always like a little bit of a waste that Dino goes on Gazlo. I mean, I know that he was trying to play the hero even before he was heavily buffed and kind of likes him. But every single time I see Dino, I immediately in my mind associate him with either playing Zeratul, playing like any kind of damage dealer, you know, that is a little bit agile, that has some gap closers and can just rock the party. And seeing him on Gazlo, that just doesn't quite fit the bill, and it's always a bit sad here. But Lauba goes down first. Anybody surprised? Nah, I'm just ripping him a little bit. Obviously, as usual, all of these games are played on the North American server, so we are on Central right now, meaning that European players and Korean players, if represented in any of the teams, have a bit of a ping disadvantage over their opponents. I'm sorry for everybody, by the way, that knows all of that and watches pretty much every single one of these games religiously, but there's a lot that are jumping in and that I'm not quite aware of that, and the question pops out regularly, so at least want to mention it in one of the games here. But, well, as all of this continues, we have still a second camp about to be taken by Crowd Control. And that will give them a slight lead in experience just simply through the... well, they close the gap a little bit more that started when they lost the hero. But they get 2 camps, so that's already kind of neat. A little bit of a rotation control. Vespertine is doing this really nice. I like it. Look at this. Actually, block Dequaza here. That's how you play the game, ladies and gentlemen. Now, the stupid experience globes that Blizzard insisted of including in the game make this a little bit less impactful than it should be, but slowing down rotations from a solo laner is exactly what you're trying to do to deny a bit of experience. And in and of itself, that doesn't really give you a massive lead, but you do that a few times and it really starts to add up. So big shout out there to Vespertine, that was a really cool play. It was good to see. Nice body blocks from him, the initial interrupt there too, I like it. Kudos for that. Level 4, the bigger they are, is in. So here we go. In addition to that, we got the Möbius loop now, so a bit of synergy between the level 1 and level 7. And down to the bottom of the map, Chromie needs to be careful that she doesn't get caught here. Hazu! Yeah, a little bit of freebie damage. Problem, of course, is that Lauba eats the extra damage from the towers now. In the last patch, the damage has been increased by 10% against heroes, which means that if you dive a bit too deep, you're going to get punished for that pretty quickly. Yeah, also a slight brawl here. And Medallion gets used. First Medallion is used. 5-minute cooldown now on Dino's side. Gazlo needs to be a bit more careful as this continues. We got the Hand of Freedom for Urel. The Space Goat. It's an American Space Goat, as we now all know. If you got a Freedom talent in your talent tree, it has to be an American Goat. Oh yeah. Top side, level 7 talents is of course what the teams are looking for, and that's why we still have Johanna rotating, interestingly enough. I'm a little bit surprised that we got Sins exposed over here, especially with this being Infernal Shrines. The normal setup is that you go for the cooldown reduction so that you have more wave clear available, which helps you on the objective then of course too. Yeah, lockdown attempt against Ainu, a little bit of damage, only hitting a turret though. Urel is moving down to the bottom, there's a level 7 talent, just a little bit quicker for Crowd Control. But at the top, they are also slightly ahead on the stacks for now. Level 7 for both sides. Johanna already starting to move in, and the blue team is zoning them out. Yeah, BBJ and his boys have to move away here. Lauba on the pleb horse is now moving up to the top side. Gotta get yourself a money pick, my friend. I don't know what to tell you, but the poverty horse over there, that just doesn't cut it. No. Get a money pick, get something that is just styling a bit. Nice! Oh, I love this. Beautiful trap. Oh my god, what a sexy play. 30k with such a good move. They realize they're losing the Punisher, and the first thing that they do is they're rushing over to the left side, catching the rotation. They knew exactly that a hero would move down to the bottom of the map to meet Urel, make sure that they are not getting too far ahead, and they just caught the hero, they caught D.Va, and they killed her. That was a fantastic play here. I can't really praise this one enough. You see those attempts every now and then, but this worked out so well for them. It was a very, very good call. So on the shot calling side, fantastic move here by 30k. That was fantastic. So right now, we have camps taken. Top, of course, has been defended, but again, the wall has suffered a little bit. The fort has taken a bit of damage too. But they're stealing the camp away, and that's actually kind of neat as well. They get some damage on it. Can they take the thing down? Not quite. The fountain actually survives. Good for them. And now we have 10 stacks for Chromie, but that was the kill right there. I'm actually a little bit confused. Didn't they kill D.Va? I thought D.Va was killed. Did she make it out? Am I crazy? I think she made it out. Holy shit. Really? Okay. I'm a little bit confused because Lauber died and D.Va died too, didn't she? So why do we only have one kill over here? Team, what's happening here? She died. I'm not seeing things. I'm not drunk yet. Should take a shot every single time we're seeing Lauber int, but yeah, then I wouldn't survive the game. I have no idea why I'm ripping into him. I have really no clue. I love Lauber, so just saying. But yeah, D.Va definitely died. For a second I thought, am I seeing things? Did only the mech die? But no, they caught her. They moved back in and took her down, so there's definitely a bit of a problem with the overlay over here. That doesn't really count properly. So yeah, either way. At this point, we now have up to the top, D.Va taking the position. Got a little bit confused here for a second. But we got the falling sword. Nice. It's a little bit of an interesting setup. I didn't expect that in this game, to see a falling sword. Maybe against them with Ana, that might be kind of nice. But at the same time now, we have top side. Gazlo taking his ult. We have an attempt to maybe jump on Brightwing. Yeah. That's the problem. He can't really jump on Brightwing. Normally when you see Falling Sword being used, it's mostly because someone tries to jump on an Ana on the other side or any kind of like hero in the backline. Here it's going to be a little bit more tricky because Chromie is going to have timeout. Tigers has the dash, blink heal on Brightwing. I mean, there's a lot of things that can really be done here. I gotta say something about Brightwing, by the way. Now, I'm joking, of course, a little bit about BBJ, but I have to say that he at least plays the Brightwing style that at least I like. I mean, the problem I have with Brightwing is that the hero in general, compared to other supports, isn't really on par. And that's also mainly because a lot of players that have played it in Europe insisted on going into Emerald Win, which is just not really on the same level as playing Blink Heal and playing this properly. So BBJ really knows how to get value out of the hero, which most supports don't. And he also plays through the heal build there right away. But as it stands, now that we have the 15 stacks for Chromie, we're gonna double check a little bit how she's gonna do. As mentioned, we have timeout, so whenever there's an approach made by Lauber, that's gonna be a thing. Yeah, Tai at the bottom of the map trying to lock Dino down. That didn't quite work out here. It was a good idea though. I mean, they were setting up at the side, looking for the flank, but they couldn't get Gazlo. And it's time for another shrine. Oh yeah, let's go. At this point, we're starting to make the play up to the top. Masquerade is already sitting tight and they are taking control. They have the early lead. Stun connects. Lauber, he has to support the flank here a little bit. Comes in with the condemn, zips them back, but Dino's in trouble. Dino's polymorphed and Dino is down. Yeah, Mech gets attacked again. And they Quasar. Oh. Bam, there we go. Alright, he's dead. They take him down. D.Va down. Gazlo down. That's a 5 versus 3. That's definitely a lost Punisher right here. 30k. Looking good. 13 talent is ready now for all of the players. Tigers has started to defend the top lane, which has eaten some damage. I mean, the wall is now down and a bit more damage was pushed onto the fort. So that was at least the value camp for them. But in the middle, there's going to be a Punisher 100%. And Lauber, I don't even know why he's that far out right now. Maybe I try to slow them a bit. But he needs to be very, very careful. Tries to get away from Brightwing and a potential polymorph here too. So off they go. Should set up probably for the Punisher. Taking the camp too, I like that. But Arcane Punisher is now taken. They sneak the camp quickly. And that will help them in the middle a little bit. Actually, will it? It's gonna be a bit weird. Ah, Urel takes the shots. I'm not quite sure if she should have done that. It might have stopped the Punisher even before there. But now that it's jumping in, they have to, of course, set up to defend against that. Already Odin got popped, so they try to take the fort down. Lauber jumps out into the backline. Look how aggressively they're pushing this. They're really trying to push this past the fort so they get it for sure and can take the structures here. And they are pretty much succeeding. Holy Fury is now in too. So we have a bit more AoE on Johanna's side as well, which she can use. And at the same time, Gazlo is sitting at the bottom of the map. Yeah, blue team doesn't get any kills in, do they now? 0 kills against 3. Game is already 10 minutes in, so that's a bit of a problem. We got 16,000 damage now for Hanzo. 16,000 also for Imperius. It turns out to be the top damage dealer on the red team side. At least for the time being. And yeah, same time now. Another camp about to be taken. They take the one at the bottom first. They have still their own on the right side. So they can go for a double camp play here. And they are establishing a solid leading experience. If that hits around level 16 when you're getting onto the next shrine, then that might even be another Punisher for them that they can play around with. And I love that they are always setting up for these little attempts of ganking up on someone. There's one party push after another. Masquerade is again trying the same thing, obviously protecting the play for the camp on the right side. So he's trying to do that. 16 talents are now getting a little bit closer for them. But generally speaking, the way that they're moving on the map is pretty neat. Bit of an attempt to take Vespertine down. It shouldn't really work. I mean, you got Urel against you. What exactly are you going to be able to do there? Urel would have to screw up pretty heavily. She didn't have the medallion ready, granted, so it's still on a 3-minute cooldown for her. But she had her ult ready. She has the Divine Steed on level... Oh, actually she doesn't. She doesn't have the Divine Steed. She actually has the Holy Avenger over here. Alright, makes her a little bit more gankable, but still pretty tough to take her down. In comes the jump. Lauber using it as an escape mechanism more so than anything else. We got Spray and Pray now for Tychus. The armor piercing rounds are in. Still dealing, of course, heavily with the bigger they are damage on level 4 in order to burn the tanks down. Or Gazlo if you can get at him. But yeah. Okay, so Liam over here is doing his thing. And again, rotating between the lanes. So Urel is allowing the red team to just 4-man the bot lane the entire time. And he is getting pushed a little bit because now it's Gazlo and D.Va that deal with that. Pretty much crowd control saying we can defend this as 3, we're going to take some damage, but Gazlo is going to murder, and that's pretty much what's happening. So that's the problem right now. Keeping Urel solo between the mid and the top lane was a bit of a liability, and now Gazlo set up topside and they're already pinging him back. He should be able to escape. Brightwing is looking for the polymorph, can't get that either. D.Va, on the other hand, gets put into a corner. Oh, and dashes out. Close call, but she makes it. So that's a free fort at the top side. And that's the problem if you rely too much on Urel meeting the rotation of 2 people. So, great job by Vespertine, by Liam. No doubt about it. But he can't, for an eternity, hold off against 2 heroes. So bot lane was successfully defended. And that's a really good setup, actually, for crowd control. They were able to defend the bot lane with 3. There are 2 heroes in the middle and the top. And that allowed them to put pressure onto Urel, zone her out in the middle as she was trying to go for the experience. And that was a free move by Gazlo topside for the fort. Still a problem on experience. They're still a level behind. But they're looking decent. So down here, Masquerade is already starting to jump in, and so is Vespertine. Does miss the hit though. Camps are colliding up at the top, and down here it's a fight for the next Protector, for the next Punisher. Let's see how far they can actually go with this. Where's the damage also? Got Defense Matrix back into with the diverting power. And it's time for Odin, baby, because the blue team has 20 stacks already, so they're trying to counterplay that. Nice! What a timing! Beautiful play by BBJ. That polymorph hit at the perfect moment in time, just before he could use his ult to jump out. No chance for Lauber. He gets killed. They're losing more. Dainu is dead. And despite the fact that all of them are low, they are able to lock in a 3rd kill. Hanzo eliminated, and that allows them to go for the objective now. But Rayquaza, they're trying to get it. One more. It's 39. Only Ana survives, and Ana just can't get the last minion stack. D.Va went in and said, boys, I got this. I can get it. and they shut her down. And now X-Ray is on the run too. Might even be able to escape here. Chromie is now coming in as well. A little bit of B-stepping going on. Oh my god, they are diving her hard. That's how you B-step, baby. So, yeah, 9 kills to 0. Top is still pushing, but Urel is going to take care of it. But still, that was quite solid from 30k. Shutting D.Va down as she came in to take the final remaining two minions. To get the objective at least. That was something. Honestly, if D.Va dies and grabs it, then it's still a win, because you deny the objective to the opponent. Look how the situation has now changed though. Bottom fort is down and the Mortar Punisher is still on 86% HP. So now that it moves straight through the bot lane, they can easily start to take the keep down. They might not fully succeed with it. Actually, they should be able to take it, but even if they don't, it will be incredibly low. So the Punisher gets burned down, easy peasy, but the keep is also down to 50% HP. And Sammy is now pushing in, the level 20 talents are ready. Brightwing is looking for some invisible friends that aren't here as usual, whereas Sammy goes for the big red button. So Tai has now the upgrade on Odin, and they have level 20, they have a 2-level lead. It's gonna take ages for crowd control to get their own level 20. They might not even be able to get that for the next objective, depending on how things go here. So this is gonna be real rough. I love, by the way, how Dino is moving topside. I mean, look at this. Look how far out he is. He's gonna get attacked soon. I'm not quite sure. Yeah, okay, he's moving back now. Nah, he's not. He's always just like posturing around because he doesn't know if the red team is gonna make a move. But he's staying out of vision a little bit. I honestly think that he should push this a little bit more. He should cancel. He could go for keep here, for example, simply because they are still pushing in. So he escorted at least the minion wave in, and that allows them to take not only that fountain down, but put a bit of pressure onto the keep. But I think as long as they have vision of all 5 pushing, he could have gone for the keep, could have started to attack it. And in the worst case scenario, he would have traded, but as soon as they move back, he can Hearthstone and still has the time. He still forced Liam to go back, so Urel now retreated. The fountain is down, Keep has taken a bit of damage, nothing serious. But he also get, of course, he gets the experience at the top, which is kind of nice. I mean, it's one of the reasons why you actually went topside. You want to get the experience so that it can slowly hit level 20. You need to make sure that happens before the next objective is up, or you're going to be in real trouble. You can pretty much hand the game over right away. It's actually kind of crazy if you think about it. Despite the fact that we have 9 kills to 0 in such a dominant position for 30k, technically speaking, crowd control could still win the game if they just get some good fights towards the late game. But it doesn't really seem like that's going to be the case. I mean, just look at Equaza. He again gets nearly murdered on D.Va. 30k with some real solid coordination. And now that they have the ult ready on Ty's Odin again, they come in immediately to try and take the next keep down. So yeah, good on them. Half a level is still missing for the blue team, so that's the perfect opportunity to attack and do some damage. And they should be able to get the keep. So they're starting to go in for it. Keep is already getting more or less murdered here. Well, yep, there it is. Gets taken down, and they're getting played to the wall here. I mean, whew. That is some rough going. I mean, this Urel and Imperius combo at the front is just so difficult to deal with. Especially since Lauba didn't go for Blessed Shield. I mean, they don't have the stuns here. It's a different style that they tried to use, and it just doesn't really work out for them. You have a Gazlo and Jojo at the front line, and you are facing off against Urel and Imperius. That's a tough battle on any day. And they are getting punished for that. Now, they will have the level 20. Can fight around Storm Talons. And maybe that's the one. Because at this point, if you look at it, we got the Bullseye, we got the Timing Attack. Heaven's Fury is pretty amazing, so that's something that they can use here. And we got also the Nano Infusion upgrade. Plus, Gazlo can go for the Bomb Toss. There's some serious upgrades on 20 for them. So definitely a huge power spike. Oh, beautiful! Oh, the sexy plays! What the fuck? That kill! Look at this. Invisible friends, my ass. They know where he is. They come in. Look at that arrow, the follow-up. Flattened like a pancake. What a beautiful kill. Wow. Sexy as hell. Rutsu comes in and says, I know exactly where you are, motherfucker. Comes in and they are crushing him. Imperius just disappears, pulls a Houdini. The lanes are still aggressively pushing against crowd control. There's catapults on the lanes now too, that's a huge problem. But they should be able to get the Punisher. Now it's a 4 versus 4 at the top side. Lauber is just jumping around here. Doesn't get a whole lot of cooldown reduction with this one in particular, though. They go for BBJ, and they kill him. Nice. Absolutely fantastic. They got the kill. Now they have to be careful because the catapults are already at the bottom. There's a bit of a chase happening top side. D.Va is back to business at the core, trying to defend it, and now they need to really bring the pain at the top. 2 kills to 9. What a game. What a turnaround here towards the end. Another big boy European arrow and another kill. What the fuck? Hanzo is smurfing. He's fucking smurfing. First the call at the top, now the play right here. They go for the keep. Can they go for core? What a turnaround. This is insane. A work of art. They're moving in, trying to make the play. Can they go core? That's the question. D.Va's on the move. They're still down in a few keeps, so they have to make a play. They should try and go for the core right now. If they don't, then they're going to lose in the long run. They play for Liam. He's dead as well. The core is wide open, and crowd control just turned the fucking game around. Unbelievable. What a call from Hanzo up at the top. That won them the game here. What an unbelievable call. That's insane. Crowd control with a 1-0 after they got their ass handed to them 80% of the game. Nicely done. GG and well played. Game number 2 in the best of 5. Crowd control in the lead thanks to an absolutely insane shot call from Hanzo and a late game kill against Imperius that then snowballed out of control. Very, very well done by crowd control. That was pretty impressive there. Getting your ass kicked for the entire game and then turning around it like this. That took a lot. So good defense from them. 30k not going to be too happy about the opening here, so they're going to be eager to now tie up the series in this best of 5. On the left side of the map, we got X-Ray for crowd control on Ana, Dequaza on Urel, Rutsu on Hanzo again, Dino and Sylvanas, and Lauber once more on Jojo. So yeah, pretty similar setup. A couple of changes here, and good changes too. On the right side, Ty on Vala, Hazops on Chromie, Masquerade on ETC, Liam aka Vespertine on Chen, and BBJ again on Brightwing. Alrighty. Friends? Nobody wants to be fucking friends with you. Stupid fruit fly. Alright, Brightwing is back to business, but yeah, as I said, BBG, beast on the hero. And we'll see if we can lead them to victory. Especially the timings around the polymorphs in the last game were pretty sexy, so let's see if they can do that again. Now, we have Volskaya, which means 1 minute into the game, you want to go for your turrets, you want to take these as soon as you can, and at the same time, ideally, have a hero that keeps an eye on the supporting beacon, the support beacon in the top lane. And yeah, then you take it around the items, you wait for the first objective, you try to grab level 7 as it's up, make a play for Protector number 1. Now, there's always a little bit of a question of how much you can actually accomplish with the early Protectors, but the general rule of thumb is that you're trying to prepare the next objective. So you're trying to take your opponent's fountain down on the top lane. After Protector number 2 has been taken, you try to rotate down to the bot lane, do the same thing here, and so on and so forth. So, as it stands, we have a little bit of a skirmish up at the top, but down to the bot lane, also a similar situation. I love that Ty is actually playing on Vala right now. I think that's pretty cool. We don't get to see that many Vala games lately. But the question is also, can they keep him in play here? Now, the cool thing about it is that Ty actually played Vala even before she got buffed. And now some of you will ask immediately, wait a second, Vala got buffed? And I was like, yeah, but we're talking about, like, I want to say a year ago? So for a short period of time, she was actually a very, very common pick and is still getting picked occasionally. But even before her hit point pool and other things were buffed, Ty played it with solo support. Before that, that was pretty much unheard of, and most of the Vala players needed a double support, or at least a pseudo support behind them to keep the hero alive. So it will be interesting to see what Ty can pull off here. And the Monster Hunter build that he's already going for is going to help him a lot around the Protector. It's already going to help him around the camps. So time will tell how much damage he can get there. And it's of course a really good damage setup too if you're playing on a checkpoint, because there's no minions around usually, unless you fight on the lane itself. So definitely a variation that we've seen before. We got again the Withering Flame on level 4 for the Panda. seen this already a couple of times. You can jump on someone and just like leech them down, so that's one of the things. Same time now, we have again the Sins exposed, so Lauber is sticking to his build here. And now that the control point is opening up in a couple of seconds, the teams are going to be eager to take the early lead here. It's all about experience, it's all about the level 7 for now. Chromie has hers already. Went straight into a proper greeting. And yeah, what is a proper greeting for Chromie?
Yay!
Exactly. She was always a little bit more on the kinky side here, but if you take out the whip, then Chromie is absolutely hyper. And yeah, I mean, again, it's just what she's into. Like, I don't make the rules here, guys. It's just what happens here. So, 19%, 20, we're already up. Blue team has taken the position. And off we go. We got level 7 kicking in any second. The problem is more so that Dino at the bottom of the map might be in trouble. So he gets attacked here. There's the jump. Chen comes in. Oh, talking Chen. Liam, careful. They're trying to go for him. And... oh, the panda! Oh, Fat Illidan goes down. And there's no counter kill. They tried to go for Dequaza, but yeah, Chen is toast. Got a dagger set up, by the way, for Sylvanas, going on level 7, then also into the Lost Souls after starting with the Unstable Poison here. But that kill, of course, came at a real nice timing for Team Crowd Control. Well done by them. We have, on the other hand, Repeating Arrow in, as both teams now have their level 7. The only one that hasn't taken a talent yet is Liam on the Panda. Now, they give the position up for just a second. They're still going for the next camp here. So we have another turret that they're already locking in. That's 2 turrets for them. Keep in mind, they also were the ones taking the healing beacon there earlier. As you can see here, the camp was also taken by the red team. So both teams with very similar items. The only difference is the healing beacon, which is in the hands of Lauber, who is a little bit low on mana, which is exactly the reason why they're moving back. They know that they have a lot of time since the red team is only on 39%. So they can get Johanna back to the Nexus, can heal up that mana pool, and make sure that she is going to be in a position where she can actually fight and have an impact here. So that's what they're going for. Everybody on the blue team side still has the medallion up. We have 2 heroes that have it on cooldown for 30k, and that's Chromie and the Panda. So the front line needs to be a bit careful. That medallion is down for more than 3 minutes, so won't be available for this fight at all. But Brightwing coming in, helping Sammy out. Keep in mind, the Panda doesn't have the medallion any longer. So here comes the lockdown again. Talking about lockdowns, Lauber, goodbye. And the item gets lost too. Yeah, gets taken by Dino. He immediately uses this, but now they are playing a 4 versus 5. They got a little bit more time here, but I'm not sure if they can wait it out to bring Johanna back into play. A counter kill against anybody here would help though, but there's still a double turret up on the point, and they have to hold it because we're already looking at the overtime. So this is tricky. Jojo is back, but they're letting it slide. They're just letting it run. There's the Protector. 30k takes it. Nicely done. Yeah, so now that we have a level 10 for the blue team, they can try to burn that down. Protector takes 1 tower down and then moves towards the top. Lauber continues the same style he played on the last map, so he goes into the Falling Sword. Nice dodge on the fist, I like it. Good job. Dodges out on the Rocket Fist here. Brightwing now also with the ult. Both teams have the level 10 ability. Fountain is down, so the top lane is now prepared. And everything else you're going to get out of this is bonus. Everything else is a bonus. Jump into the back line. The fake dragon gets attacked. And Azu. Oh, Brightwing with a save. And Extra at the same time is running from the mech. That sounds like a very, very unfortunate battle. Ana is down. So is Chromie. Each team gets a kill. 2 kills against 2. And it's Protector time. Granny gets murdered by a big fat ass Gundam. That was unfortunate for her. But either way, we still have the top lane a little bit. It's kind of interesting actually. Crowd Control is ahead in experience, even if it's only by a sliver. But they are slightly ahead. And that, of course, gives them, at least for the next objective, an opportunity to fight an evil battle here. So that's pretty much what we're going to see there, one way or another. Same time now. Okay, jump towards the top. They get the item. So they take the healing beacon here. Good for them. And let's see if they can get a bit more. Now, it's, of course, turret time, so both of the teams are immediately jumping onto their own turrets here. So that's the first thing that happens. Over towards the right side, there's also a camp to be claimed. Teams are both aiming for level 13, as I said, second objective. timing usually works out that teams have level 13 when it comes online, and that's more or less what we're looking at now too. And, well, yep, with that, we're gonna see how much they can do here. Bot lane, still a little bit of an attempt to maybe even get a kill before it comes to that. Not quite there yet, but, well, it's time to party, baby. Liam doesn't want to party. Okay. Yeah, now we have 11 stacks for ATC. We got Vala on 4, which isn't really crazy. Didn't really get a whole lot done during the last fight. But with repeating arrows, then we should be able to get them when the next fight pops up. But of course, you want to stack this a little bit quicker. They're timing the camp on the right side, and Brightwing is doing the same thing here. BBJ is also the one that holds the healing beacon. Level 13 talents are a little bit quicker for 30k, but again, both teams have it. It's fairly even. This is like one of the more even games on the map that I've seen so far in the recent past. Now, there's of course a bit of a difference when you're talking about the top lane, the situation on the fountains. Only one team has theirs, so there's a slight advantage for 30k, but it's nothing crazy. So, yeah. Down to the bottom of the map, still trying to push this out a bit. They did damage to the wall. This is actually kind of important because it opens up an opportunity to take the fountain down eventually. So you got to keep that in mind. Camp is up in another minute, so once the objective is up, they're going to be able to fight over this one too. So there's a couple of points really that will be contested as this continues. But for now, they're just like still playing it as safe as they possibly can. I mean, you can always see that there are some rotations happening in the hopes of maybe getting a lucky kill in or a lucky hit, but it's pretty much them going through the motions, waiting for the objective, trying to ensure that nobody steals the camps away at the top left, at the top right. ETC, he would of course love to get a hit in, but yeah, that's not happening either. They're trying to make the play for Quasar. He has Divine Steed as well. He can easily move away from this. There's no chance of actually taking him down. Now, you have to account for Brightwing being able to jump in globally and then trying to drop a polymorph, so you got to be more careful if you're on the blue team side. But things are pretty much running as expected. That, on the other hand, was a perfect sleep dart. X-Ray, you little shit. Look at him. The precision on that kid. Gets the sleep dart in against Tai, and that is the end of Vala. Yeah, well done. Not even the jump was needed from Lauba. I mean, it was a better safe than sorry play, but that was just beautiful play here. Not only from X-Ray, but also Rutsu, who came in with the damage just a second later. So nicely done. Now they have to wait for Vala to get back into the game. Yeah, and here comes a bit more damage against Quasar. One turret is already down. But they have the lead now. And not only in experience, which will translate into an early level 16, they also have this up at the top, which is potentially taking the fountain down in a moment or two. But also, 16 will be faster. They have a big lead on the next protector. And Vala still only has 4 stacks on her level 4. Yep, only that. Now, there's also an item advantage, at least there should be, for crowd control. They took another turret at the bot lane, and the red team actually sacrificed one of their turrets in the fight and didn't really get anything out of it. So that's another problem. Quasar is still zoning this out, and with the level 16 talents, they're actually just simply trying to get the healing beacon, which I like a lot, because the level 16 talent alone doesn't really help them on the objective. The objective is just, it's a long objective. It's not really something where you can get it right away. So instead they're saying, hey, we have a small time window, let's use it to take this, as we have the talent lead. If they try to fight us, we can punish them for it, and if not, we have an even bigger advantage on items, and that's what they're doing here. So Manticore is now in on level 16. We got the Flying Leap and the aggressive Shredding, which we've seen now a few times too. Criterize comes through too, allows for even armor reduction, so that could be a nice kill setup. But there's nobody going to contest it. Yeah, there's the Protector. Arrow hits Vala, and the jump. Nice. What a beautiful combo. These sexy plays right now. This is just absolutely amazing. They get Chromie too. And that combo was just so good. The arrow from Hanzo, the follow-up of Sylvanas, and then Lauba jumping in, taking Vala down again. It just showcases that she is still struggling a bit with survivability in a situation like this one. Incredibly well done. Such a good play. Double arrow, and they have some crazy calls right now. Let's take another look at that setup. Just look at this. Look at Hanzo. He comes in, he has the arrow, bam, he connects with 2, and they come through with a Wailing Arrow on Sylvanas, the jump on Jojo, and that's the kill. And after the double kill they got, they also took another one against Chromie. So, yeah, 5. Nicely done. Well played. And, well, at this point, the fort at the top side is down. They move down to the bottom of the map. They open up the lane even more. Can now try to go for the fountain over here, which is the main goal if you want to prepare for the next objective. I'm actually a little bit surprised that they're trying to go for the fort here first. I guess because of the shield mechanic that has been changed in the last patch a little bit. Yeah, and there's the commitment right here. So, another beautiful kill. Here's the move now. Chen is still in the middle. It's 5 kills to 2. And, this game is pretty... honestly, it gets a bit problematic for 30k. Oh, well, look at Masquerade. Nice. Good medallion use. We had an immediate arrow thrown out there, too, trying to stun out ETC because they were a little bit afraid that he's going to make a play with a power slide and set kills up. But he dodged out on any stun with a quick medallion that he popped there. But still, it's 5 kills to 2. A fort has been destroyed at the bottom of the map. The fort at the top lane is down as well. So the blue team is significantly ahead now. In kills, in experience, and also in structures. So a very good position for them. Only question that, of course, remains is how can they carry that a bit farther into the late game? And can they win this map? And if they do, then it's a 2-0 lead in the best of 5. Which is pretty bonkers if you think about it. Game number 1 looked like we would see a completely different series here. Up to the end, at least. And then, well, the finish happened. And now we could see that translate into a 2-0 advantage in the best of 5. That's pretty sick. Now, Chromie has 24,000 damage. Sylvanas is sitting at 28. Hanzo is close. He's at 23. So, Vala the one trailing behind. And trailing heavily, I might add. How many stacks does he have? I don't think he got any additional ones. No, he's at 5. He finally got one. Yeah, Tai is suffering in this game. He's really suffering. He's been farmed quite a bit, constantly put under pressure, and now we're also seeing him with only 5 stacks after a 14-minute game. That's not really where you want to be at if you are going for an arrow build. And just look at the items that we have here. That's 3 turrets and a healing beacon in the hands of crowd control. They're really controlling this pretty much completely right now. ETC tries to make a play here, but gets shut down too. And they're going for another healing beacon, which means that they are holding 5 items. They're fully equipped right now. Fully stacked. So that is already spelling trouble for the next objective. And it's getting worse with the level 20 that they just controlled. Heaven's Fury once again. Seraphim, Bullseye. And it honestly feels a little bit like Heaven's Fury is one of the things that they're aiming for from the get-go. Seems to be like Lauber saying, hey, I can always retreat, but once that I have my 20, the cooldown reduction is going to allow us to engage like crazy into them. And with Sylvanas being able to also help on these pushes, yeah. Oh, nice! Good setup, I like it. This time Tai paid attention. Well done by them, you gotta give them some credit for that. That's a nice combo that they just threw out here. It didn't really work, but it was the thought that counts. And shout out to Tai. Vala able to dodge this? I mean, once that Lauber made his move, I think she saw it coming, so she was waiting for it. But that was a really, really nice dodge. And now, of course, some of these ults are still down on the next objective, so that might lead to a bit of a different early one. Yeah, here comes more cooldown reduction, as he's going for another jump, and that's a kill against ETC. What a play. Oh, another one. Nice. Double kill from them. Look at that pressure through the middle. Pressure through the middle right here. And that's 20 now on both sides, but they are breaking through the wall. Can they get the keep? I mean, they should be able to. Oh, they're going for Chromie. That's a kill. That's a kill. Yeah, you can delay this, baby, but you won't be able to save that. Nope. Here comes the triple panna now. They're still going for keep here. What an aggressive play once again, but this time Hanzo gets murdered in the back line. They're still trying to take the keep down, and the keep is suffering. Yeah, that will be the end of that. In comes Jojo, gets the even more cooldown reduction. They make the jump, and the keep is down as they start to retreat. Let's check out how this all started. So this is actually how this started up. Look at ETC. Look at the jump. There's the move in. They take ETC down, and then they follow up with another kill against Vala, who also doesn't stand a chance. So a quick double kill executed that led to the keep destroyed. And of course, now they're looking to grab the objective at the bottom of the map. The saving grace of 30k is that they have their own level 20 now. And in addition to that, Hanzo is also dead. So they can still try and make the play. The problem is, from an item perspective, they are still far behind. They have pretty much nothing. And the 2 turrets just got farmed by crowd control, so they are heavily stacked on items once again. So it will be really, really tricky. Now, Vala has a Farflight Quiver and Manticore that allows her to get more damage in from a distance, so that's kind of nice. But let's see how much they can actually do here. So, yeah. For now, we got top side, a little bit of pressure. Dino's going to deal with it. 63% already on the Protector. They need to make a move. They really need to make a move here. And of course, the blue team knows that too. So they're just double checking and looking who's there. But that's 80% already. And we're going to see that team fight one way or another. But in we go. Talking about team fight. Damage output. 36,000 against 33,000. Sylvanas versus Chromie. And Sylph has taken most of the stuff down at the top. Now they're going for another item. Jesus, they're going to be fully stacked here. Now Lauber needs to be careful that he doesn't get taken down now. It shouldn't really move out too far. ETC, I don't think they've seen him. Oh, does he take an opportunity here? No, not yet. Yeah, so they are starting the rotation down to the bottom. And now it's all a question of whether or not they can set this up properly. Oh my god, they're even trying to go for the camp. They are setting everything up before they make a move. And this up the top is already going to take some items of the wall down. Now they sniff out ETC, that's important. 67%, they take the camp, and now they rotate down. So they have all the items that they can possibly carry. They have 5 stacked on items. We have no items, none, on the side of the red team. But they really need to go onto the point now, and that's what they're trying to do. Yeah, here we go. So they're taking control, they're contesting it. They should drop the items, or at least a few of them, quickly. And they're trying to sustain themselves here. A bit of a fight up at the top. First healing beacon is out. There's the arrow. ETC gets pushed again. And in comes Lauber. But the storm, the bolt of the storm allows ETC to move out. Shen is there. Oh, what a mosh pit. Strafe. Oh, it's not enough. They don't have the damage here. But a holy mosh, baby. Masquerade with a triple. Damage against Chromie. She's down. They're turning it against Anna. Also eliminated. Still the attempt to go for at least the objective here, but it doesn't seem like they can. Masquerade is desperately trying to keep them in play, and the core is already falling as we have catapults locking onto the core, starting to take it down. 79%, make it 76. 2 heroes moving into the middle. It's going to be a 2-0 lead. 2-0 lead, ladies and gentlemen. What a play here. Nicely done. Game number 1 was definitely a bit of an eye-opener. And now game number 2 with another victory for Crowd Control. The best of 3 is starting off well as they are taking a 2-0 over their opponent in the best of 5. 1 map away from deciding this tournament in their favor. GG and well done. The core goes down and the red team takes the W. Game number 3, one of my favorite maps, Dragonshire is in, and I'm detecting a theme here. Look at that trash wing over there on the right side, BBJ. Hero pool detected. That's a problem right there. Nah, it isn't. He's a great, crazy good support player. I have to rip him a little bit because he's the reason why Brightwing is getting played in these games, and obviously I have my personal little mini drama with a fruit fly. Just friendly banter, of course. But yeah, Trashwing is again being played by BBJ, and for 30k we got Ty on Jaina this time, Vespertine, AK Liam on Malthael, we got Hazops on Medivh, and Masquerade on Imperius. And on the blue team side with the 2-0 lead in the best of 5 is X-Ray on Karazim, Rutsu on Falstad, Lulba on ETC, Dino on Sylvanas, and Dayquaza is playing Urel. Alright, good setup. We got the Medivh in, I like it. That is actually one of the things, I said it before, but I have to say it again because it just blew my mind, that surprised me the most when I casted the Korean tournament, because they never played Medivh. Neither banned nor picked, they completely disregarded the hero, and that was mind-blowing to me, since Medivh, a good Medivh in particular, can be such a game changer, and now we have the man himself, Hazops, right there on Medivh, trying to get the stacks together. And that could honestly be the thing that wins them the game if played well, so there's always that. As we're heading into the game also, guys, ooh, big portal approach. Me like it, but they should be fine. Lauber dodges out on the stun. Sexy, the Juke Master. Look at him. Nicely done. But yeah, guys, as usual, if you want to support the stream, if you want to support the channel and make sure that we have more Heroes content here in the future, with not only the Korean tournaments, but also all these show matches that we have lately, then check out patreon.com/Khaldor. Support is always appreciated over there. And as mentioned in the past, a big shout out to all the patrons. They made it possible that we have things like the Insta replays now on the channel here, that we have the continuous spoiler protection also on the YouTube videos, and of course improved camera quality and other things. So huge shout out to all the supporters there. You guys are amazing and you help keeping the channel here alive, so it's very, very much appreciated. And yeah, you guys are crazy awesome. Thank you. So now that we're heading into our first objective phase over here, we currently are looking at ETC on 5 stacks. Actually pretty quick here. Got a couple of camps together with him, so they're doing well on that. We have top side now with another approach onto the shrine. Brightwing, of course, can also use the global to help out here, but talking Brightwing, BBJ has to rush out from this one, our mini Deathwing over here. But this is one of the cool things that Brightwing just brings to the table, right? And that's back in the days when Brightwing was a real meta hero and super strong in the meta, when we had Fnatic with those global strategies, oftentimes playing a triple global, going Brightwing, going Falset, going Dehaka, and really just rotating on a macro level around an opponent that had huge problems against this. And you can use that on a map like this one quite nicely. Now, there is some counterplay, of course, with Falstad, who went into the Hammer Gains on level 4 again. We're gonna see Boomerang come in on level 7 now. And yeah, top side, the goat against the fruit fly right here. A bit of a play in the middle. Dino is jumping out. It's so nasty. Honestly, if you play against the Medivh and all of a sudden that portal appears right next to you, you're always in a spot where you're just like, oh my god, how do I save myself here? So it's kind of nuts. But, well, at this point we have Jaina taking over at the bottom of the map. So she's gonna claim it for the red team. Can they even lock this one in? Nah, probably not. I mean, there's still heroes sitting in the middle, trying to prevent exactly that from happening. So off we go. Portal time. Gonna try and make a bit of a play for Falstad. Not so much though. Top then. Malthael. Alright, he's in trouble. And in a lot of trouble, I might add. Liam is still alive. And has the balls to actually jump back into it. Wow, that could have backfired hard. Now, talking Sylvanas, Dino at the bot lane. He's not gonna escape. That is actually the first kill in this game. Nicely done. Yeah, quick opportunity for double control on the shrines, but not enough to lock the Dragonite in. Level 7 talents are ready. There's the Boomerang. We also get the blinding speed again, potentially with a cleansing touch follow-up later on in the game. Could of course also go for a bit more extra damage if they're going to try and chase that down. But with level 7 we now also get the Arcane Explosion right here, the Divine Steed, the Dagger build again. And Rutsu has to get out here before Masquerade makes his way in. If he gets the lunge connected, he's in trouble. Providing the target for the Karazim jump, so far so good. But you can really tell that this is a more, I mean, I don't want to say more aggressive play from the red team, but 30k definitely is trying to make aggressive rotations right now with the goal to take down some heroes through quick portals, jumping onto them. And they are leading, they're pretty much controlling the map. They're kind of calling the shots right now. They're dictating the pace of the game. Whereas when you look over to the blue team, they are playing a little bit more reactionary. They're still out on the map. They're still looking for opportunities. As we see at the top, they went for Malthael again, but Brightwing jumped in and helped out. But of course, they have to be a bit more careful, since not only Brightwing can use the global jump around, but you can see Medivh just waiting for another opportunity to set up a kill. And Hazu is at 16 stacks on the baseline, so he's also doing pretty well here. Masquerade popping the cooldown early on his Gladiator's Medallion, since he sees ETC coming in. Didn't want to run into a power slide and then get bursted down here, so good job from him too. Yeah. Oh, Hazu! No! No! The stacks are gone, ladies! The stacks are gone. Hazu losing everything here. Oh my god, that hurts. He had 16 stacks and now he lost them. Oh, just as I was talking about him doing a good job on the stacking process here. Hazu is down. Map control for the team in blue. They move straight down to the bottom of the map to take the camp. They have ETC sitting around there as well. And the heroic abilities are also in the hands of crowd control at this point. But yeah, nicely done. That was a good setup. Karazim hasn't made a choice yet. Seven-sided is, of course, on the menu, as would be the Palm. Yeah, fly to the top as they're trying to go for Vespertine again. And Brightwing is helping out. Brightwing always the savior of the solo lane here the entire time. So yeah, they're still trying to get the kill. Dino's now coming in as well and is saying, come on boys, we can do this. Oh, last rights, the kill, the stack. Nice. Liam. And he even makes it. Brightwing makes it out, gets protected by Hazu. Medivh is coming back with a vengeance, and, well, that's a problem, but Dino gets away. 2 kills regardless. Falstad dead, plus Urel taken down, so that's a double kill, 3 kills to 1. And might that even lead to the first Dragonite? I think it could. I mean, X-Ray is gonna try and interrupt over here. But Hazu is flying in as well. So they're still interrupting this, zoning him out, and that's a Dragonite, baby! Oh, yeah. I shall burn you to a cinder. Blizzard, give a voice line back. It's actually unacceptable. And they kill him again. I mean, he had only 3 stacks, but still. Hazu currently gets farmed a little bit. Second kill for the blue team, second kill against Hazu. And at the bottom of the map, they're looking also for Tai, but Jaina gets out. So the Dragonite up at the top, dishing out some ass kickings right here. And of course, attempting to just go through the wall right here. And Jaina is in trouble. Yeah, you can run, you can't hide. That's a kill. I'm sorry, but you're not going to survive this one. So Tai goes down, Jaina's eliminated. Dragonite at the top is at this point also nearly deleted, but again, a bit more damage done at the wall. It's an early Dragonite, so not going to get too much done here. But still. Yeah, they're trying to go for the 3-0 here. They're catching up. It's 3 kills against 3, and on top of that, we have them in the lead in experience with level 12, nearly level 13, and boy, do they push that bot lane now. Yeah, Sylvanas is, of course, fantastic for a push like this. They get the entire wall. If they can take the fountain down, that would be the dream right now. Yeah, they're pinging it already, and for good reason. If you take that down, then holding the bot lane is going to be so much more difficult for the red team. 30k is now going to have some trouble holding the bot lane. So that is actually neat. That's a really, really good play from crowd control. A big advantage here. And they're taking the items now, or sorry, not the items, the camps. Top lane has to be defended. I mean, someone should actually come in and help out. Fawcett is taking the camp, so I guess it's going to be him that rotates up. Inevitable end for Malthael. Keep in mind, he had 1 stack already, so it's decent. It's a good start for him. And down to the bottom of the map now. Here comes the play with the portal again. Polymorph, goodbye, my friend. Yeah, that's ETC down. Quick B-step here for Masquerade 2. I like it. And yeah, that was neat. Good job. We have the lead in kills again. Top lane still gets defended, by the way, so they had to take this camp down, but now it's going to push for them. The problem is that, of course, now you're suffering also some damage at the bottom. So not only do they go for the fort here, sorry, for the fountain to take the fountain down, but they can make the play for the fort too, which is an easy one to claim. And the blue team is just saying, well, we're not going to defend this, we can't rotate quickly enough, but what we can do is instead move topside and try to take the fort down and trade. Brightwing is still at the bottom of the map since she can global in, and now they have to face the music here, so that was not an even trade for them, not even close. Medivh is thinking about a ley line probably. Hazops is at 8 stacks. And talking stacks, look at Jaina. Jaina is actually nearly done with the quest. She is very, very close to getting her ice block. It's going to be great for her. Top side, the fort has taken damage, but it's by no means destroyed or close to falling. 13,000 damage for Sylvanas is the top damage right now for crowd control, whereas we have 21,000 for Malthael. So real good damage output from Liam. And it's another Dragonite they're getting it, aren't they? Oh no! Oh my god! That wave, really? That didn't hit him? Damn! That's kind of nuts. That looked like it was an interrupt, but Dino wasn't close enough. Yep, and gets a bit manhandled as a result for it. But that's a Dragonite. Dino probably thought he had it, but, well, he didn't. Missed it just barely. And that is Dragonite number 2 for 30k. Now, to be fair, they're not really getting a whole lot out of it. These Dragonites are burned down very quickly by crowd control, but of course it opens up a bit of space on the map for the red team to take control again. And it seems like they're mainly thinking about the top lane now. There's again the cleansing touch, so they went for it. Have the triple now. Yeah, Hazu going straight in for his... What did he actually just do? Sorry. Was it Hazu? Cleansing Touch. Okay, sorry. For just a second, I was a little bit confused here. Thinking, like, what did he just activate? But it was actually Karazim coming in and helping out and making sure that the Dragon Knight doesn't get the kick. Bot lane still gets taken, so that's where we have the next one. Currently have also Fingers of Frost nearly completed. Hazu is on 10 stacks. Yeah, I don't know if he really has hopes of completing this again during this game. He's now slowly stacking, but of course things are a little bit difficult. Lauber, is he gonna go for Mosh? Does he try to lock it down? They don't have enough damage here. No 7-sided for X-Ray, so it doesn't really work out that way. They're still trying to control it as much as they can. It's a close game now. This is of course an important one for 30k. If they lose here, then they are second in the tournament and the best of 3 series is over. But right now, there's the cluster in the middle. Are they going to try and portal onto someone? Medivh is already starting to double check what's happening here. Sets the first one up, and they're trying to set it up into the back line. Nobody uses it just now, but they got to be careful now. The thing is that they don't have... I mean, they have a little bit of portal control through the front line. They have ETC and Urel who can help with portal control, but there's no Junkrat, which you oftentimes see taken against the Medivh, because he can immediately, when a portal comes down, place a mine and then control the portal nicely. On the support side, we see Malfurion doing similar things with the roots whenever that happens. So that's missing, but they still have at least Urel and ETC that they can play around. Brightwing gets attacked at the top. BBJ gets easily out of harm's way this time. And the teams are waiting for the next shrine to come up as we have camps taken once more, especially on the side of 30k. So a little bit more of a slower game right now. 30k wants to make sure that they're going to win this, and it's still anybody's game to win. But Hazu is also sniffing out what's happening on the left side. They can't really portal over to that. They are trying to apply pressure onto Lauber though. And ETC has so far played a good game here. Falstad, of course, now the Globalist to move down to the bottom of the map, which is what we're seeing. I'm trying to play that slow. Goes up against BBJ. And yeah, it's a 1 versus 1. That's not something that Brightwing can win. ETC is currently sitting in the middle. Pretty much just trying to provide a little bit of space for Rutsu, and also he's more or less acting as a sentry and making sure that nobody can sneak onto the bot lane without him knowing about it from the top. So there's that. Big push now coming in too. And they're trying to go for the kill. And BBJ is there right away. I mean, his reaction time is just nuts. So he's trying to go for the save. Is able to pull that off. Problem is, are we going to see the last rights? Malthael, so far, not happening. And there's the shield. Uh-oh, Urel might be in trouble here. Leyline doesn't hit anything. Yeah, and he couldn't get into last rights range here either. But they definitely have the top lane now. Keep in mind that Falstad during all of this was at the bottom of the map and pushed this out even further. So that's a big of a win for them. He can apply pressure onto the fort. And might even be able to take it down, honestly, if nobody rotates to help. But in the middle, the fight still continues. And Falstad is now rotating in too. Maybe a gust. Can he get into a good position for the proper angle? Doesn't seem like it. Goes for Hazu. Alright, Hazu already dropping the Gladiator's Medallion here. He's at 15 stacks on the baseline. Doesn't want to die a third time. Bot lane, big pressure against the fort. So this is taking a lot of damage. Fly towards the top as Rutsu rotates around. They know that bot lane, Tai is going to retake the bottom shrine. 19 versus 19, but there's the fight. And Liam still has the cooldown on the last rights. So if they get someone low enough, they can play around it. Yeah, make the play for Lauber. And Liam is waiting. He's waiting in the shadows for the ult. But Jaina's still at the bottom of the map. And guys, they are moving in right now. Yeah, there's Karazim. Gotta be careful. Oh, careful. Sylvanas jumping in, jumping out. Where's the last rights when you need it? Yeah, there's the... Oh, the last rights perfectly timed. Yep, that didn't work. The palm does not get triggered, and that's a double kill against Karazim and against Sylvanas. A second stack for Liam's Malthael. Top lane gets pressured by Falstad, but he might be in trouble now too. Polymorph is in, and they're trying to lock him down. There's the ley line. Hazu this time is able to catch him, and that's going to be another kill. He doesn't have the barrel roll, and there it is. That's another Dragonite. It's an easy Dragonite, and that's also, of course, a couple of Siege Giants that they can take too. And with this, that should be a big lead now. So at this point, we're going to see it snowball a little bit. 7 kills against 3 and a level 20 talent. They're even waiting it out because they want to contest the camp over on the left side, and they want their own Siege Giant camp to come through the bot lane. Ha! Yeah, that's gonna be a big push. Double Siege Giant camp, perfectly timed. Plus, in addition to that, a Dragonite. That bot lane keep is a goner. With another 27 seconds missing until Falstad is back to business, you can kiss that keep goodbye. It might get worse than that. We're 16 minutes in. This is a big play that's being made now. And look at Brightwing, splitting away from the team for just a bit, pushing another lane out or another wave out so that the minion wave topside is also applying pressure to the fort itself. And they can make a play for core here even. Either go for keep number 2 in the middle or go for core. They have both options at this point for sure. Falstad is about to be back. He's going to have the Mighty Gust, so he can create some space. But with the Siege Giants and Catapults pushing in, I mean, just look at that push. That's just getting nuts. And, well, here comes the immediate Gust. They go for the kill. Core is actually starting to lose a couple of hit points. Leyline is out, 90%. Can they get a bit more damage onto this? 87. They're still retreating over here. They don't have to finish it, but every bit of damage that they can push onto it right now matters. Mosh pit. And it's going to be the end of Jaina. Jaina goes down. I think they could have done a little bit more than just 13% damage. I think if the Dragonite wouldn't have gone for that last kick, for example, and just hammered onto the core, they could have dropped it a lot lower than that. Either way, it's a win, of course, for 30k. They have an advantage now through the bot lane pressure and the potential to end the game after a team fight. But I really think they could have done a lot more damage to the core without sacrificing any heroes here. So it was always a bit of a stretch to win the game at this point. With Falstad coming back, the Mighty Gust is just a bit too good. I really like the Gust that he went for here too. Realizing very quickly that a big part of that pressure play came from those Siege Giants and the Catapults and pushed them out. But I think 30k could have done more damage. But we've seen games that turn on a dime like this. Brightwing again, BBJ doing exactly what he needs to do. Using the pressure through the global to apply some additional action topside on the fort. They take this down easily. Bot lane has defended. The keep was never really under pressure here. Falstad is now flying towards the top. Brightwing has already moved back down. And yeah, that is more pressure on the entire map. Now we have 2 forts still in play for 30k. Only 1 fort in the middle on the side of crowd control. Good plays here. I like it. Okay, so with that, we have another camp about to be taken on the left side. But of course, that fort in the middle is juicy, juicy, juicy. Yep, they want to get this. Won't be able to this time, though. Khaldor's on 23 stacks. Just saying. Question is for how long? Is he going to die again? Is he actually going to complete it? Damage output, what do we get here? So we have 50,000 for Liam. Malthael is leading the charge, followed by Imperius, and then third is Sylvanas. So it's the frontliners that really do most of the damage for 30k. Now, of course, damage can be a little bit misleading. You want to have also the on-point damage from a hero like Jaina to really solidify a kill. Just saying. But Malthael definitely bringing a lot to the table here for the team. There's no doubt about it, especially since he's heavily leading in siege damage as well. Now, this is still going to be a game that's up for grabs for either team. But right now, it felt like throughout the entire game, it was more so 30k that made the plays, that really dictated what's happening here and called the shots. And HotS in this late game situation is of course invaluable on Medivh, since he can provide all the vision that they need so that they won't run into a trap, they are not getting ganked. Brightwing has a lot of freedom at the top lane because she knows exactly where everybody is on the other side, or where at least most of the players are. So that's pretty big. We have still the setup now for the Dragonite, and, well, they might be forced into a fight in the middle. Nobody's flying down. The blue team is looking for the battle now. They're looking for the battle at the bottom of the map. Brightwing could soon jump in here. Still holding to the top a little bit longer. And, yeah, BBJ could now also try and push another wave out over here. Catapults are, of course, pushing for them, which is quite neat. If they can apply some pressure onto the top keep too, that would force crowd control to send someone there to deal with the situation. It's all about the engage right now. And the palm, like the interactions between the ults on Karazim, Urel, and also Malthael is of course something to really watch out for. But so far, Liam has done a great job using the last rites just when either the palm is over or when Urel's ult is not available anymore. And he has to do pretty much the exact same thing here. Yeah, there's the shield from Hazu. Portal is out too, so they can go for the save. And the blue team takes this. Okay, here comes the isolation and the kill. Imperius is dead again. Mosh pit, Mighty Gust, perfect angle from Rutsu as they're starting to take the advantage in the late game. Bam! Fly towards the top, take the global, go for the Dragon Knight. Good setup for them now. 5 versus 4, and they might just have what it takes to take the objective now. But it's delayed. Vespertine move top. The beauty of having Medivh in your team. Yeah, just retaking the shrine. 2 heroes are moving immediately down to the bottom. Brightwing again with the invisible friends over here. And they are just trying to buy time for Imperius to come back. And they're doing it well. They're doing it well. Top gets taken. Crowd control is on the move. At the bottom, it's an exchange though. So still no Dragon Knight. 3 Dragon Knights in this game. 4 30k. Not a single one for crowd control. Yeah, and now Imperius is nearly back. That kill didn't do anything for them. Well, they can take the camp here, so at least they got that. They steal the camp away. This should... Uh-oh. Brightwing. Oh, the save. Where's Medivh? There he is. So they take the camp, and they take the Dragon Knight after all. Nice. Yeah, they got it done towards the end. Honestly, I didn't really think they would pull it off anymore. After so much time was wasted, and 30k played so well with the Ring Around the Rosie game on the 2 shrines, I didn't really think they would be able to do that. And here we have it. Level 23 versus 23. And can they finish? Honestly, it reminds me a little bit of what happened on the first map. Now they're moving through the bot lane. That Dragon Knight is, of course, pretty tough. But it's not over yet. They still have to go through that keep. Now the minion wave disappears, of course. It just melts away. The Dragon's Breath takes that down easily. There they go with the attack. Medallions are pretty much all up. The only exception is Malthael, and he's going to have his medallion back in 10 seconds. That's pretty much nothing. Ults are being used here too now, slowly but steadily. Masquerade is up at the front again. A little bit of an ass kicking as the Dragon Knight is coming in. They hammer the keep out. Dragon Knight has another 40 seconds, but the decay falls low. Very low. It's down to 43%. Guys, they are not going to get that core. They have to really work to get the keep. That's a very good defense that we have from 30k here. The keep is still there. That Dragon Knight did do jack shit. Yeah, Gust into the corner. That's a different story. Mosh pit! And the save. What a ley line. What a ley line. Oh, not enough damage, but they can go maybe for a kill against Lauber. They're trying to. And of course, it's portal chase time right now. 5-man mosh pit. 5-man ley line after the mosh pit came through. And now they're chasing. Can they get the kills here? Everybody's low. Everybody's running away. The portals are coming. Down goes Karazim. Falstad is about to die. Yeah, he's a goner. Boom, he's dead. And now they're making the play, of course, for Rayquaza. This just has to be game. This has to be it. With only 3 defenders and you still have a 5-man up. Scratch it, it's 2 defenders. Yeah, this is definitely it. What a comeback here. It looked grim for a moment. I honestly was afraid that we would see a replay of game number 1 towards the end here, and we would have a 3-0 victory for crowd control, but nope, they're taking ETC down. They're going for the 5-man team wipe as they're focusing on Dino, but the outcome of the game can't be in question any longer. We will see a 4th map at least. Dino gets attacked, polymorphed, even the last rights. That's the 3rd stack. Quest never got completed on Medivh, but didn't even have to. So we have a win on Dragonshire for 30k as they take down crowd control and force game number 4 in this best of 5 series at the grand final. Well done, GG, and well played. Game number 4, Battlefield of Eternity, and it's time to party. Yeah, we get a 4th map at least. So, on the left side, for crowd control, Dino on a Hanzo. We got Lauber on Imperius this time, X-Ray on Ana, Russo on Liming, and Dequaza on Blaze. Pretty solid setup actually. Imperius, Blaze at the front, we got Liming and Hanzo for the objective. But of course, when we talk about the team in red, we have Brightwing again, played by BBJ here. 4th time in a row in this series. Sammy, aka Ty, on Genji, Hazops on Reyna, Exterminator, and Liam, aka Vespertine, is playing Urel with Masquerade on Diablo. Okay, so it's all about the exterminator plays again, especially objective number 1 is usually easily taken by the team that runs Jimmy, simply because the hero is just an absolute boss when it comes on immortal control. And since especially at the beginning of the game, there's oftentimes not really a lot that can be done around that, or the opponent still needs to scale a little bit before they can really make a play, that's usually pretty strong. So either way, we got Genji as well, which I'm kind of happy with. I mean, we don't see him too often, and I would never have thought, honestly, that I welcome the day when we have Genji every now making an appearance in the game again. Especially after during HGC, the hero had a 100% participation rate for, I want to say, a year and a half or something like that. But either way, let's have a bit of a look what's happening over here. Up towards the top, that's where the Quasar is currently sitting against Liam, so the two of them are going to play this one out, both of them solid solo laners, of course. We got the new habits on the Blazer's side, looking for the additional unstoppable frames after completing the quest. Even on this map, it's a great talent. Now, of course, you need a little bit longer usually, unless you control the Immortal completely until you have those globes ready, but still totally worth it. So, yeah, let's go. Honestly, while we are at the early stage of the game, one of the things that I also want to point out for people that don't know yet and currently watching this on YouTube, I actually created a second YouTube channel, the link to which you can find in the video description, where I show videos from what I'm doing in Spain, a little bit more IRL videos, starting with some cycling videos and stuff like that, because Spain is just an absolute paradise for road biking and other stuff. But there will be more in the future about Valencia, and especially if at any point you're looking for maybe a vacation destination and want to have some tips, there's going to be a lot on the channel. So if you want to check that out and have a look, just take a look at the YouTube description. The second channel is listed there, and if you want to support it a bit, then hit that sub button over there and like a few of the videos. And yeah, there's a lot of editing that goes into that, so definitely leave some feedback if you enjoy them. More than appreciated. So yeah, again, link is in the video description. Either way, now that we are heading into level 4 talents on the side, Brightwing starting things off with the Hyper Shift again. So, the build is pretty much set for him. So, he hasn't really deviated away from it a lot. We always have the Unstable Anomaly here on his level 4. We're currently looking again at the Hand of Freedom. A Sacrificial Soul, actually, for Diablo, as both teams go for the Shaman Camp. And also noteworthy, since oftentimes we see the Triumvirate, we have Dominance taken on level 4 for Li Ming over here. So, there's that. Li Ming playing around that, and that could allow you to get some serious momentum. I mean, if you have a nano boosted Li Ming, there's obviously the play or the idea behind it. You're going to get your Ana, you're going to get a Li Ming, a mage in there, and if then you can get resets, Li Ming can do a lot and really carry a fight, especially if she gets resets. And that's what they're hoping for here. Now, it's all about the position of Jimmy at this point. HotS is actually moving towards the top side. They're looking for a fight here. They're not even trying to really go for an attack. Instead, it's just defense, 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 at least for now. But if HotS makes it onto the point, then that's a different story. The Quasar is hard stun locked here. I mean, he got bullied around by Master Grade pretty heavily, but they couldn't get the kill. So that didn't quite work. That, on the other hand, yeah, okay, that was taken out. Seems like the fort actually locked onto the Shaman over there, and that helped them a ton. Halftime show has been won now by the blue team, though. I'm actually pretty impressed by this. I mean, Hanzo, of course, is great with his level 4 against the objective, but I honestly thought that Jimmy would have way more of an impact over here. But Hanzo was on the defense and not going for the attack. Now the situation has shifted a little bit. He's doing the work on the right side, but they're so low already on this that it seems like a foregone conclusion that Crown Control is going to win this one. Unless, of course, a couple of their heroes are dying now. That's the that would be a different story. But here it is. Early objective for Crowd Control. Nice. Yeah, they take it. Can they get the healing globes? Nah. No globes for them. Okay. That would have been pretty amazing for them if they can get the globes here too. We're not quite there, but still. So the push through the top lane this time. Solo laners will still stick to their lane and try to get the XP. Especially Blaze is going to try and get experience so that they have level 7. Which they actually should get through those minions alone. And indeed they do. So now they have, for just the smallest period of time, an advantage in talents. Plus the push with the Immortal. That's pretty good actually. That's pretty solid. Now we got the Calamity. As usual, still a must-pick talent on Li Ming. If you're not playing meme builds for Storm League and you're actually playing on a competitive level, Calamity is must-have. There's a couple of heroes that have talents like this, and Li Ming is probably the prime example. Also on level 7 now, the Unstable Compound. Currently have the Holy Avenger, this time no Divine Steed. And Brightwing with the level 7 talent. As usual, going into the Peekaboo right here. Okay. So, but with that said, we have now Blaze moving topside. Urel actually following that, just a little bit behind. They're trying to both make a play for the top camp now. And it seems like both teams are very... Oh, nice! Good connect here. Brightwing with the save. Nicely done. And can they... Yes, they can! They take down Dibbles. And they're trying to go for a little bit more, but BBJ gets away. Dino trying to get the angle perfect so that he can get another kill against Genji. That didn't work. And Hazu makes it out. Yeah, they were trying to find out where exactly he went, but they couldn't. And here comes the attack. They're starting to go straight topside in the attempt to take the fort down. And, well, with 2 heroes dead, he could do a lot of damage here. 1 hero dead, actually. But okay, so, good start into the game for crowd control. They're not too heavily ahead yet, but still, there is a lot of damage towards the fort. They have a lead in experience. They were able to take the top camp. They're now going for the one at the bottom of the map. They took the first Immortal. Things are looking good. Things are good. Now, the goal of 30k is to win game 4 and force the final map in this series. This is a best of 5, and they're going to try to make this happen somehow. This is for all the marbles right here, and both of the teams obviously fought through this for quite some time. Now, since people are always talking also a bit about the power levels of the teams here, hey, what's happening with Sidestep Kings and stuff like this. The one thing I still want to highlight is that teams and the power levels will change a little bit, because now that these teams have been drafted together, they will, for the duration of the CCL, stay as a 5-man, and that means that we will see them find a bit more synergy through scrims, through practice, and that, of course, is going to change things up just a bit. But, of course, that's more or less true for all of the teams that are willing to invest some time into it. So we will see things change slightly, but at least an initial power level is definitely going to be established through the tournament over here. Now, level 10 abilities are going to be ready in just a moment. Jimmy has done a good job on the halftime show. The problem is that now that crowd control gets that tiny sliver of experience first and has a level 10, they are burning that Immortal down very quickly, and 30k should not be able to grab this one. No, that's the second one for crowd control. They get the second Immortal. And that means another opportunity to take a fort down, this time at the bottom of the map. Brightwing still doing what she is supposed to do, sitting topside. As safe as you can. I mean, for BBJ, honestly, it's map awareness that is one of the most important things, and also the calls from the team. If he doesn't know where everybody is positioned on the side of crowd control, and there are several heroes missing on the map, he needs to know that so he can just play a bit more passive, a bit farther back so that he can't get ganked. If Brightwing gets eliminated topside, that would be a horrible situation for the red team to be in. But he does a good job soaking that side lane experience and then playing it safe for the team and always helping out in these team fights. And they are doing a great job at the defense down here. Now, it's not enough to really save the fort, but they came close and they burned it down before any more damage could be done. It's still not really a game that shows us a lot of kills right now, but it is definitely a tight one. So there's a lot of tension right there. Good stun attempt by Masquerade. Yeah, arrow from Dino, but also a really nice move by Lauber with the immediate medallion, making sure that Imperius did not get locked down here. So, yeah, one medallion, a couple of medallions actually are currently on cooldown. Damage output, 9,000 for Genji, 18k for Hanzo. And, yeah, looking at the experience gain that we are having from the teams, big differences there. Oh, actually, Dibbles coming in with the combo, nicely done. Bunker's on the ground, and Dino gets annihilated before he has a chance to enter it. Great engage, good play. Hanzo down, now the play is coming towards the top. They're making another one for Imperius, and he is dead. And he's not the only one, that's 3 kills. Oh my god, they really started to murder this, don't they? Here's the Unstoppable, making sure that Diablo can't go for the dominance, but they get a freebie fort right there. What a setup. That was a bit unexpected. I didn't see this one coming. But that was a beautiful engage, nicely followed up. Now they have 3 kills to 1. They have a lead in experience. They steal the opponent's shaman camp away. The hits just keep coming. Crowd control has definitely lost a lot here. They had pretty good momentum going for themselves. And now, if they lose the Immortal... I mean, this level 13, they will very likely lose it. They could just try and race that down. Diablo might be able to zone them a little bit. But as long as Jimmy is now doing his thing... That could easily be an Immortal for them. Yeah, and Hanzo is starting to go for the pew 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 on the right side, and there's the level 13 talents. So now we also have the Way of the Shimada. Currently definitely showing Hanzo who's the stronger one of the two brothers here. And even with Hanzo trying to get the level 4 damage out, Jimmy is keeping up. Brightwing is getting more experience at the bottom of the map and is pushing the wave out, so that's good for them too. They are looking great here. Halftime show is won by the blue team, by the smallest of margins, I might add. But if they can force a fight around the level 13 talent, then that's all that they need. Dibbles, wanted to go for Ana. They're still going for X-Ray. Despite the fact that the APOC went nowhere, they still get the kill. And Genji is safe. Genji made it out. So now it's a 5 versus 4, and they have Jimmy. And they're moving on to the Immortal as we speak. Hanzo is still there. Rutzer is already getting some damage out. It depends a bit on Dino of whether or not they're going to be able to burn this Immortal down too. But it seems that this time Genji and Jimmy as the Union are just way too strong. So that's the first one. The first Immortal for 30k. They lost 2. Now they take the 3rd. And they still have an advantage as the Immortal travels bot side. And they can try to take the 4th down. Yeah, well done. Here's the Illusionist now. Fully Ming though. And also we got the synergy with the Fleet of Foot coming in. A little bit more of a Stormbolt style. Went on level 1, by the way, into the target practice, in case that you didn't catch that yet. Blaze has to deal with the top since catapults are pushing in. But it's party time at the bottom of the map. We're 11 minutes in, so this should yield a 4th if played correctly. Nice wall stun. Good job against Lauber. He does not have the medallion up. He's still on cooldown here. So he has to be very careful, especially if Brightwing comes in. Another wall stun. Masquerade. Good job by him. They're locking Lauber down hard. I mean, he is struggling here. The arrow missed. Hanzo doesn't connect it. That's a kill against Lauber. The 4th is down. They are getting maximum value out of this one, aren't they? They will be able to break through the wall. This is not really threatening the keep, but as long as you open the gate up, that's already a win for you. So they're ahead in structures. They're ahead in experience. Look at the difference in levels. 15 to 13 right now. Oh, Dibbles. Masquerade inting a little bit on the ult here. Yeah, that didn't really work. I don't think he only used it to zone them out. He was trying to get the hit. That was twice now that he wasn't able to get a lot out of it. That's fine though, because he just bullied Imperius into like next level bullying right there. Yeah, Imperius is currently sitting and just like crying to Blizzard and telling them that he needs a safe space. Because he's been bullied by Diablo the entire game. So yeah. Top side, that's where we now got Lauber. Pretty much soloing it. I told you, that's a safe space right here. Playing PvE instead. It's just like, I hate this PvP shit. Give me some minions to kill. So that's what he goes for now. But the level 16 talent is really the biggest concern. From crowd control's perspective, going up against an opponent that has a talent advantage is tricky. And the only question that really remains right now is what does 30k do with that? Now, there's not really a whole lot that they can invade. So... Oh, sneaky. Yeah, looking for an opportunity to flank in. He doesn't have the ult ready though. So if he wants to go for an APOC setup, he needs to wait a little bit longer. But they are trying to be aggressive here, and Blaze has shown at the bot lane. So he has actually shown his face there. They know it's a 5 versus 4. And Dibbles is still looking. Yeah, gets the push, but doesn't get the dominant setup. But of course, they want to get as much as they can now out of this level 16 talent advantage. They might even get a bit of an Immortal lead, but taking the wall down here would already be big as well. And another ult. Like, I don't really know what's happening with Masquerade. I mean, has he a bit of a hotkey problem here, or what's going on? And what's another YOLO apocalypse for just no reason? Is he just establishing dominance and just saying, like, guys, I don't even need my ult to bully you guys? Because let's face it, he's done insane jobs with these wall stuns, but he is just absolutely blanking on this. Does he think he has, like, lightning breath, or what's going on here? That's a ult down just as the objective comes up. So yeah, that happened. That's the 3rd time that happened. I mean, again, there's obviously always plays against him to try and interrupt any kind of combo setup, and we've seen this a few times. But that's 3 times in a row now. So Jimmy is winning the halftime show for the red team, so that's good. But yeah, they are. If they win this one, it's likely a keep. If they take this one, that is likely a keep right there. There's the attack. Masquerade and his boys are coming in. Easy peasy. Easy peasy. Yeah. If Hazu just focuses the right clicks on the Immortal, they have it. But they actually played a little bit safer. Okay, already bullying Blaze now. Urel, the Space Goat, is on it. And they're retreating for now. I'm playing this a little bit slower than I expected. I honestly think they would just like try to right-click it and take it. But obviously, it's a fight now that the blue team has to look for, because there's no way they can raise this. None whatsoever. They're way too far behind. They have to look for the fight. Have to try to go for the battle here instead. And since this entire push is now pushing to the bot lane, they can take the camp down. Now Hanzo is moving in and is trying to at least get the shield reduced a little bit, but that of course is just an invitation to finally make an approach towards the Immortal again. And you don't have to ask 30k twice. So Hanzo is moving in. There's the bunker out already. They could easily get this now, but they try to go for the kill. Oh, the stuns everywhere. Immortal is chipping in too. And Hazu, he's still not taking it. X-Strike, on the other hand, finishes it. And there's the kill against X-Ray. And they get more. Zip! That means zips around, gets 1, gets 2, gets 3, and that's a triple kill. That might be game. That might actually be game. The Immortal is going topside, where the wall is already down. If the Quasar dies, it's a staggered death. If they can get him right here, that's a staggered kill against Blaze. And yes, it is. He's down for another 42. Guys, that's game. Masquerade is already just like B-stepping them hard. Immortal isn't even there and the keep is already down. We're gonna go game 5. Unless we have an absolute insane defense now. This is gonna be game 5. I mean, Lauba is alone. There's nobody there. Ana is back in another 5 seconds. The Immortal is already on the core. We're going the full distance on this one. 30k is not done with this. They want the reverse sweep. They were down 0-2. Now they won 2 in a row. They want to make it 3. 30k moving in, dropping the core. Bam! There goes Imperious. That's game. That's a W for the red team. We're going to game number 5, my friends. The final map, we're going the full distance, everybody. Crowd control in the grand final against 30k, and now we have on the left side of Towers of Doom, our final map, Lauba on Johanna, Rutzo on Hanzo, X-Ray on Ana, Dainu is playing Cassia. He's done with the shit, going back to his bay. We got Dequaza on Leo, and over to the right side, seems like Brightwing was finally banned. BBJ on Stukov, we got Tai on Liming, Hazops on Junkrat, with Liam on Urel, and Masquerade on ETC. Yeah, Stukov, of course, also an absolute beast when it comes to supports, especially in the Korean tournament. He was played a lot. They really love their Stukov. No doubt about that. They just absolutely adore that hero. So, well, now we're heading straight into our 5th map. And it's, of course, stacking time for Dainu once again. He's usually a master of getting those Lightning Fury stacks in. And this should be something that we're going to get right there as well. So, okay, there's the slide again. Uh-oh. Yeah, you don't want to die there. Now, one of the plays that, of course, can be made by 30k is a good power slide or any kind of lockdown. And then Hazops following up with a mine and just catapulting the target into the backline. So that's one of the things that you can do here. There's a couple of different combos. I mean, you have a follow-up opportunity with the Lurking Arm on Stukov too, especially after your level 13 talent and the Virulent Reaction. That, of course, is a huge play that you can make to really pressure the opponent. So that's something to watch out for as well. Pumpkin camps are up, and usually that means that we have the teams moving straight for them as all of this continues, and pretty much this is no different. So over here they're making the play for the pumpkins too. Nothing really too crazy. Both of the teams, nobody invading, nobody playing aggressive, nobody trying to take the opponent's camp away and going for the big one, which kind of makes sense. I mean, again, it is the final map in the series, so normally you're playing this a little bit safer. We've seen some teams in the past that went full YOLO on it, but not so in this one. So they're playing this instead just a bit safer for now at least. 0 kills up to this point. Stacks are coming together not only for Cassia, but we also have ETC with the Proc as a level 1 talent choice, so he's going to stack into it as well. Couple more shots fired over here. Lauba himself making sure that those pumpkins are staying far away from the structures. One made it through after all, but Masquerade is a bit low and might actually pay for this. Oh, yeah, Dainu on 11 stacks now. He nearly got ETC. Barely survived this one. Austin's renewal on Leo. Leo's builds are always kind of cool because they kind of change always. It's always just subtle changes. It's never really big ones. But we definitely have a bit more build variety on the hero than we had back in the days. Level 4 talents, Skeleton Swing is more or less mandatory on him still, since you want to play... Leo is supposed to be the guy that rotates between multiple lanes and really gets the wave lane for you. And having his level 4 with the Needle Peasants here, that's really what you want. I mean, that talent allows you to do exactly that. That makes him an absolute wave clear king. And therefore, you'll see that pretty much every single time that Leo is picked, because that's just the role that he fills. So, top side... That's where we got Vespertine playing it out against Equaza still. But it's time for the triple altar phase. Triple altar is coming in, and now it's party time. Who gets the 2-for-1 trade? Who takes the 2? We currently have the top left, top right exchange. Yes, Leo already ghosting in, and now everybody is focusing on the bot lane. So the bottom, as usual, will be the one that decides which team takes the advantage. Shots are fired, 4 on each side. Bada bing, bada boom. And Masquerade with the very optimistic channel attempt at the bottom. That is, of course, not going to work out for him. But still, 36 to 36 now. And let's see. Hazu's still playing around this a little bit from the back. Fucking Junkrat voice lines. They're just the best. They're absolutely amazing. So, yeah. 16 stacks now for Cassia. These are the kind of fights, by the way, that Cassia absolutely loves on these maps, because she can just endlessly stack. If you have any kind of hit rate, which, as I said, he just doesn't, but if you hit anything here, you can just stack this thing 6 days to Sunday. So Dino the entire time is just coming in with one after another, and the longer these brawls last, the better for Cassia, and it really helps them to scale into the late game with the damage output. And we've seen several games with Dino and Cassia where he ended up with more than 100 stacks easily and just dominates late game damage. So they're trying to do exactly that again. And he's sitting at already 22 stacks here. So 4 minutes into the game, that's not really too bad. Oftentimes we have him with 40 stacks around the 8-minute mark. And X-Ray gets the channel through at the bottom. Yeah, they had to retreat. So the 4 shots get fired, and that's the advantage. Boom, 32 against 36 on the objective for them right now. Alright, so there we go. Okay, so up to the top. There we now, well, to the sides, we have our pumpkins taken again. Still not a single kill. I mean, it's a typical game 5. Everybody is playing it safe. Nobody wants to make a big move just yet. But of course, once that there is a chance, the teams will just absolutely pounce on it and try to claim it. And the 10 abilities will give a lot of potential opportunities with that. But this ETC and Junkrat setup that we could see, that's definitely something to watch out for. And Cassia already had to use her medallion. So now that the medallion cooldowns get slowly baited out, that will open up more opportunities for the teams to get these kills in the setup. Pushing through the bottom of the map already, as you can see here. And yeah, that's where now this damage slowly starts to come into. Alright, there's the hit. And they're trying to escort the pumpkins in. Bot lane control, as normal, as usual, is the more important thing on this map, because you can get the pumpkins connecting with the core if you get that. Right after that, it's the top lane that you're worried about, simply because you have one pumpkin camp up there, the central one. But bot lane is pretty much what's really the deal. And again, Dino is stacking well. 31 stacks at this point is good for him. Now there's another opportunity to get more stacks in, as he's just waiting for the next 2 altars to start up. That's obviously also pretty cool that he can just, like, you know, damage the entire wall here. But the rotation is slowly coming in. The danger is always that ETC sets a power slate up for the team. Level 10 abilities. Valkyrie is already out. Okay, and no surprises, at least not now, not so far. You got the flailing swipe, alright, there's that. And this time Lauba actually heading straight into the Blessed Shield. So looking into the stun instead. Which of course... Oh, arrow, nice! Valkyrie, arrow into Valkyrie and into a dead hero. Well played, nicely done. Counter kill against Cassia though. Yeah, that turned quickly. That was well done by 30k. That combo was beautiful by crowd control, but then 30k reacted just immediately and said, okay, counter kill, let's go, boys. And they might get another one. They do. Hanzo is down. Well done. Kill against Hanzo. 30k turned it. They absolutely turned it. Yeah. That was beautiful, honestly. Just look at the way they set this up. So first we have this like thing around here. Then the arrow comes out, hits completely. They set the Valkyrie up. They get the easy kill. And then Cassia gets taken apart just a second later after the mosh pit. Very, very nice move by 30k. The initial setup was great by crowd control. It was really, really well done. But then the perfect reaction from 30k. So that's exactly how you play this one out. And that's shots fired now. Both of the altars are connecting. And that helps the team in red to take the lead. 32 against 28 now. They're also a little bit ahead in experience. And of course they have some control over the bottom of the map now, as well as they're starting to move in for this. But yeah, that is a very, very good play by them now. Very solid moves. And the opportunity to gain a little bit of momentum at the bottom of the map on top of that. So yeah, let's see if they can actually pull this one off. It would be pretty neat if they can get even further ahead right now, but we'll see. Blue team, of course, is going to fight back to this. The cool thing is also that they were able to kill the one hero that is threatening to stack in the late game. Yeah, a bit of a setup over here. Blessed shield, yeah, not so much. So that's a couple of cooldowns already burned out. Trying to make the play again. Li Ming is down. There's that. That's a good start into it. They're responding. They lost the last fight, but they're responding immediately. And they're trying to not only take the wall down, but also help Cassia to stack even further. Leo and Urel are still rotating between the lanes. Dino is sitting at 37 stacks. Again, of course, he missed out on a few because he died in the last fight and couldn't really get anything during that battle. All those sustained fights are great for him, and the more he can be engaged in those, the better for the late game. But still, now that we're 8.5 minutes in, he's roughly at 40 stacks. That's not too bad. That's pretty much the norm for him on a map like this. There's the powerful level 13 talents now for 30k. Illusionist, and most importantly, Virulent Reaction, the go-to talent for Stukov. Beautiful talent. Allows you so much more control. Sets kills up for the team, especially, of course, a hero like Li Ming can capitalize on it. And here's the single altar on the map. Blessed Shield is out! There's the Valkyrie, and it's getting traded with a cooldown on the medallion. So 5-minute cooldown, now activated by BBJ. Had to. He would have died right there if he didn't do it. So these Blessed Shield setups with Valkyrie work out really, really well for crowd control. Even if they don't get a kill, baiting out these cooldowns on the Gladius medallion is strong. Yeah, that's a kill against Jojo though. And once more it's 30k to go in with the initial kill, and Masquerade gets the channel. They even go for X-Ray here on the left side, trying to take him down. Bit unfortunate, the synergy between the two. They might still get the kill, and yes, they do. That's 2 kills, maybe even a third. Yes, Leo. Oh, he gets away. Does he? Oh, dodges out the grenades, and he gets out. But that's 4 kills against 2. That's another double kill for them. So, yeah, very well done. Good job by them. And now they can even go for the invade over on the pumpkins, which is exactly what we see them do. So, yeah, well played. They're not really heavily ahead in experience. That's the only thing that's a bit concerning. If you are a fan of 30k, it would be a bit better for them if they could set themselves farther apart with maybe even a talent advantage. But right now they're at least in a position where they can control the map, they can control both of the camps, push the bot lane out a little bit more, open it up so that they can eventually convert the bell tower. And as long as they can also put pressure onto Dino and prevent him from just freely stacking his level 1, that's a win for them too. But the good thing for crowd control is that they are really keeping it close on experience. So they're not falling too far behind. They're always just in reach, which will allow them to get back into this if they just win a fight here. But so far, with a lot of these combos that we have, 30k has done a good job. But again, we have put good combos on both sides. We've seen now multiple times already the combo between the Blessed Shield and Valkyrie, and that's a really strong one. And let's not forget that in 20, yeah, talking about Valkyrie, there's another one. That on 20 we also have the Buried Alive. Yep, that's a kill. And I think he just used his Gladiator's medallion just before he died. That would have been a bit of a mistake by Liam. I mean, it was kind of obvious that he would fall there. He was so low already. It seemed like a bit of a panic move by him to try and get the Gladiator's medallion through. If that's the case, then that's another huge cooldown that they just lost there on top of losing the hero itself. Now that led, of course, to an altar channel at the bottom of the map by the team in blue. But yeah, Urel is going to be back in just a second and we can double check. but now top lane gets also pressured. So Quasar is trying to capitalize on the fact that Urel is still dead and get themselves a bit of a lead. 16 talents are ready for both of the teams now. Mirror Ball, of course, for Li Ming. And yes, Urel actually used the Gladiator's Medallion just as she died. So that's a problem. But okay, so now we have 12 minutes into the game, 3 kills to 4, and a double altar happening topside next. Actually, triple. We got the next triple altar phase coming up, which is going to be heavily important here. Yeah, already jumping down to the bottom of the map, looking to see if they can maybe do a little bit more there too. Can they? If you can convert that bell tower, I mean, so far I thought that 30k would be the team that pulls it off, but right now it seems like Crowd Control might be the first one to convert a bell tower. I mean, good for them. Still a bit behind in experience and also behind on the objective, but they are starting to apply more pressure in the game, whereas 30k is now taking a much more defensive stance than they did initially. Of course, also waiting for a couple of those Gladiators medallions to come back. 3 heroes have it on cooldown as we speak. And here's the altars. Yeah, announced right there. Camp gets taken. Top left, top right should be an easy exchange as usual. Is it though? There's a kill against ETC. They're going into the fight. Arrow connects. BBJ, he goes down. There's the double kill right there. And all of a sudden, that's a lead for their team in blue. Once again, Crowd Control looking solid here. Here comes the setup. I mean, look at it. Blessed Shield, Valkyrie, ETC is instantly dead. Those are exactly the plays that we've seen the entire game made by Lauber and Dino, by Jojo and Cassia. They get the double kill. They make the plays. Shots are fired. Bam. 23 to 21 points. Another 5 come through. Bottom bell tower has been converted. They're down to 18 points. Lead has been taken. Leo moves away up at the top. And yeah, that is starting to look much, much better now for Crowd Control. Those kills were snappy. Real snappy. They see an opportunity, they jumped on it, they got it, and now they escort a few pumpkins through to the core. That's another 3 shots. The red team is down to 15 points. 15 to 21. Right there. 53 stacks for Dino. Nothing crazy for him. Honestly is a little bit less of what I expected, but again, he died in 1 or 2 of those fights and couldn't stack through them, and the rest of the battles were very quickly decided by super quick kills. But now, of course, there's a level lead for Crowd Control, and that's a huge problem. If they get level 20 and can play around that, that would be a big concern. Boss got attacked. They're trying to go for it, and this could be a disaster for 30k. This could be a total disaster, or it could be the ticket back into the game, one of the two. Here comes the slide. They're trying to go for Urel. They're controlling the spot. ETC is about to go down. He's dead. ETC is dead. Boss is taken. Nobody goes for it. Urel is dead too. BBJ gets also claimed, and that's a kill right there. It's a triple kill, and they also get the boss, and now they're trying to go for Hazorbs too. Total disaster. 4 more shots fired. They're down to 11. Altars are opening up. Just look at that fight again. I mean, they're pretty much getting everybody. The Riptire is trying to take the spot. Hazu realizes that the Riptire unfortunately doesn't channel. Now we have the bell tower converted in the middle. And this is a double altar phase. Guys, it could end here. It could end here. This could be the end of the game. This could be the end of the tournament. Could be the end of the grand final. They have level 20. 8 kills to 4. Channel on the left side. That's 6 shots fired. If they get this one too, then it's over. Sammy's coming in. Li Ming trying to prevent it. 6 shots are in. They're down to 5. They're down to 5 right now. X-Ray is coming through once more. And that's the end of Li Ming. That's the end of the game. And it is a victory for Crowd Control as they lock down 30k on the 5th map in the best of 5 and crown themselves the champion of the Icebreaker tournament.